Good afternoon, guys. I hope you're all well and good. Hope you're enjoying a little bit of this sunshine that we're having. I think we're due a couple more days out. We have it's pretty mild spring weather, and then it's supposed to turn back to more normal weather next week. So I hope you're getting out. I was going to say out and about then, but we don't really get out and about too much at the moment, do we? But yeah, I hope you're managing to get a bit of outside time. I've not grabbed as much as I would have liked to today, glued to the laptop as usual, but yeah, just come out for a bit of fresh air and to make this little video. So purpose of this video is just I say a heads up. Just we're making a couple of small changes with how we're running the this online business effectively. Nothing major, and it doesn't really affect many people. However, it will affect a small handful of you, and of that small handful, one or two people might be a bit kind of put out or a bit grumpy about it, and you'll I know that's a bit of presumption. Obviously we want to keep everyone super duper happy, but we have to obviously make decisions that are best for the long term survival, but I can't say prosperity, survival of the business at the moment. So basically, I'm trying to think the best way to sort of discuss it and explain it. So we are, most of you were members with us when the gym was open, and as you know, we had restrictions on how many times you could attend the gym, and the whole purpose of that was because if we just allowed everybody to come all the time, then sessions were getting oversubscribed, and the only way around that was to put more and more sessions on. That cost more and more money, and it ends up being a not unsustainable business model. And secondly, people were just like hogging, for want of expression, the busier sessions. So that's why in the gym we introduced kind of the standard membership was like 13 sessions a month, which is 3 a week. And it's worked fine for how long have we been doing that? Like a couple of years, other than a few grumbles at the beginning. Now, obviously, we transitioned to online after shutting the gym. All this shit happened really fast. Now, we obviously don't have capacity issues as such, like in a gym where we can only take like 24, 25 people in the class. But we can take more online. But what we've done is we've refused to say like we're just going to allow 100 people to turn up. It's just carnage then. And what we can't kind of do at the moment is just put on an infinite number of sessions because it's just not cost effective. Many of you'll know we've had to furlough a couple of members of staff. That's an ongoing dynamic situation. I'm quite open and honest about that with you guys, with the team. And the long story short is we looked at kind of like, should we slightly increase the prices? Blah blah blah, and at the moment we don't want to, but what we do need to do is we need to cap the sessions allowance per month as it stands. So what that means is like nothing's going to change for about 90% of you. There are a handful, probably quite a big handful in fairness, of you that are coming more than 3 times a week on average, or more than 13 times a month. And the irony is some of you have obviously said that you're training more than ever and loving it, probably because you've got a bit more time than you perhaps did have in the real world. So we love the fact that you're embracing it and not one of these people that's buggered off and decided that you're just going to sit on your ass for the next, well, people think it's a few months, but let's face it, it's going to be months and months, and then even when we get let out, it's going to be on-off lockdown and the rest of it. Like, I still think most people haven't grasped the severity of this situation, how this could be a completely different world for the next year. But predictions aside, we need to limit the amount of times people can attend at the kind of current level of membership fees. So basically, you're going to carry on paying the same as normal. It just means that we're going to have to put a limit on your membership to 13 sessions a month as from the 1st of May. So you've kind of got a week and a half, 2 weeks, whenever it is, to bash out as many sessions as you can. Now, if you kind of think, oh, well, I want to come more than the 13 times a month. And if anyone's kind of thinking, why is it 13? If you don't know our history, 13 times a month basically works out 3 times a week, which is a good steady amount of times to train. And we do, rather than putting an allocation each week, we do it monthly, so that if you happen to like miss a week, or you only manage to get 2 1 week, you've kind of not lost out, because you can catch it up the next week. Or if you just have a week off because you've rolled an ankle or something, you can make your sessions up the rest of the month. For those of you who kind of like, no, I still want to come as many times as or more than like 13 times a month, we're not physically say no way on earth. So there's 2 options. We're going to reintroduce like a block of bolt-on sessions. So that's I can't remember like what we've set it up as. I think it's like 25 quid for 8 sessions or something. I could be wrong, but you can message Zoe on Innovate Crew and we'll clarify that. So we did that when the gym was open. We're like, right, you can buy a block of extra sessions to use up within like 10 weeks or something. If you kind of find that you want to have a bit of a splurge on a bit more of extra focus, or if it works better for you, we are going to then also offer an unlimited membership for a slight increase in fees of, I think it's £16 a month more to have unlimited. Which works out at, I think I worked out, it's like £3.57 a week or something ridiculous. So there are options for everyone. As I say, if you don't have to be a genius to work out the maths. If you've been coming, when I say coming, it's like you've not been coming anywhere, have you? Like if you've been attending our sessions like 4, 5, 6 times a week recently, it's pittance what you're paying. And at the moment we are focused on making what we do as accessible as possible, try and maintain some loyalty. Obviously we're attracting new clients now, which is super important for us as a business, and we want to try and maintain as much loyalty as possible by I believe still undercharging a little bit, even if it is online, on the basis that many of you, not all of you, will want to can't wait for the gym to reopen. The what capacity that is, God knows yet. Smaller classes, I imagine, to begin with, certainly. People further apart, etc. And I'm sure some of you will be like, right, I really like this online format. I want to continue with that. Maybe some sort of hybrid. We're definitely not just going to switch this online model off when the gym reopens. It's quite a good opportunity for us, and I believe that actually this online stuff would have happened in 5 or 6 years anyway. This whole COVID thing has just literally grabbed the future and like pulled it towards us by 5, 6, 7 years. We're like fully on board with the opportunity there for the online side of things, and we won't be removing that as an option at all. I've even trying to talk the missus into letting us build like a little garden office thing to use as a studio, which is really a man cave at some point in the future, as an actual investment, as a place to deliver these online sessions from without it being our front room. That's definitely gonna, this thing is around for as long as there's demand, basically. So that's really exciting. But bringing it back on topic, at the moment, for the fees we're charging, we're constantly re-looking at where we are business-wise. Still got to pay rent at the gym. That's that's not your problem, but like I'm having to fork out obscene amounts of money to pay for an empty space. No relief off the landlord. Our overheads haven't really changed one bit. And those of you who saw one of our posts or comments or a thread the other week, we initially, when we closed, we were about 60% down on where we were business-wise. And we're slowly turning that back round. Again, not any of your concerns or problems. I don't expect sympathy or pity. I'm too proud for that. But at the same time, I'll just share things as they are with people. People don't like it, don't like me sharing all this. It's tough, basically. I've always been kind of quite open and honest. We just have to have a little relook at it. And I've decided that I don't want the hassle of like pissing people off, saying we're gonna have to charge a little bit more, or this, that and the other, or some people saying that's unaffordable. I want to try and make us as as accessible as possible to as many people as possible without kind of whoring ourselves out. And it just means those of you who have been coming 4, 5, 6 times a week and are really enjoying it and can afford about an extra £3.57 a week or whatever it is, then you can upgrade slightly. And a good beauty thing, because we know, as you know, we're not doing like contracts and all that crap at the moment. It's just like on a monthly basis. If you decide that you want to upgrade to an unlimited monthly membership, and then the next month either you can't afford it or you realise you're not using it as much, you can just downgrade as well. It's fine. Zoe's like an absolute legend with some of this stuff of dealing with all these little queries and amending these bits and bobs on your memberships. So that's where we are. As from 1st of May, we're putting a cap on 13 sessions a month. Won't impact about 18-90% of you. The small handful of people who are coming more often, first of all, well done. I'm sure other than the aches and pains, you are feeling arguably maybe the fittest you've ever been in your lifetime. Good for you, and we're just asking you to either reduce the amount you attend slightly so we don't get oversubscribed on our capacity levels at the moment, or just to pay a little bit more. And that's it. And as I say, you've also got the bolt-on option if that works better for you. Yeah, I think that's it. That's it for now. Hopefully you all understand the what's and whys and reasons behind that. Yeah, thanks as ever for sticking by us. The world certainly feels a little bit more normal than it was 4 or 5 weeks ago, even though it's still a fucked up situation to be in. It certainly feels like less scary, and I think we're all starting to adapt in a weird sort of way. And now it's just about what does the future hold. With a good interesting thread the other day that I posted, got lots of people commenting about their predictions for coming off lockdown and gyms reopening. And I know like parts of America, they're opening them like next week. I think that's crazy. But my own personal belief is like that gym of ours will not be opening until maybe when the schools go back, maybe a little bit later. From what I've read, I think on-off lockdown periods in many countries could be a thing. Trying to control this whole peak and spread and the rest of it, reduces the chance for second peak. So it could be like we open the gym for 6 weeks and we're told that we have to close it again for 4 weeks. It's just crazy. I just fundamentally, no one knows what's going to happen, but I fundamentally think anyone who thinks that just because we're at this like peak part of the epidemic and then it's going to start slowing down means that we're just going to gradually go back to normal over the next few months, because nothing's really changed in terms of like an infectious disease being in the population. So it's quite scary, but as I say, I always look at things and think there's always people worse off than us individually as businesses. I think we've obviously got a few clients, got pubs and restaurants. It's probably harder for them to go online than it is for us. So, doing takeaways and deliveries. I'm loving seeing people being like innovative and entrepreneurial again. But yeah, some businesses definitely going to suffer more than others. I'm grateful that we've got the opportunity to keep on serving you guys and new clients coming in, making a difference and allowing us to sort of stretch our muscles and try new things out. So yeah, if you've got any feedback about how we're doing, you've got any questions, if you want to ping me a private message on my Innovate profile, if you want to tell us like we're doing a good job, if you want to tell us we're doing a terrible job, if you want to tell me that I'm an absolute bandit for increasing prices by £3.57 a week for those who want to train 1,000,000 times a week. All feedback's useful. Some of it gets taken on board, some of it gets like filed in a not very useful place, but I'm always looking for feedback for us as a business. And keep on trucking, and we'll see what happens in this crazy world of ours. Take care. Bye bye.